And we should be live. Yes, we are live on Facebook again. I always say that. So welcome to For Feck's Sake Marketing Adventures with Carmel, and have the lovely Sarah here again as well, because this week is all about really getting your lead magnet, getting the opt-in page up, how to connect it all together, and how to automate it. So that's what we're kind of doing this week. We're doing it in segments so that you can really get the learning to do it. So yesterday we covered off, and I want to, if I'm looking over this way, guys, for a moment, is to check and make sure that we're live and we're going properly. It's on another screen. So yesterday we covered off on how to design. Sarah opened up her Canva and showed us how to design the lead magnet. So you don't have to do it in Canva, of course. You can do it in various different ways. Sometimes it's just a written PDF or it's a video or whatever. And also how to put clickable links in there. Now, we did notice in one of the lives there might have been a little bit of a blockage up in the corner in the live. So we're just going to preview that a tiny little bit today to make sure that you're covered. So you know what button to press to make sure that it's all downloaded and all ready to go. And then today we're going to cover on how to do that opt-in page. Now, a question I was asked was, can you do an opt-in without a website? The answer is yes. However, it may be a bit Flintstone-y, so it's harder to automate it, unless, of course, in some CRMs, so client relationship management systems, do have an option where they have opt-in pages on them. They have a built-in functionality in there. And that's not what we're teaching at the moment, but it is certainly an option. So yes, you can do it. Yes, you can automate it to a certain extent, but how we're doing it is a little bit different. Now, where do we store it? I don't know about you guys, but I can't even imagine where to count how many PDFs and everything that I've got from people. I've also got some that are actually stored on Google Drive. They look a bit funky, and if you change it or something like that, it changes the whole thing. You have to make sure you download it right. Some of them I've got on Dropbox as well. Now, my personal opinion, now, if you're in the middle of a course, it's different. You know, you're sharing a template of something. But to actually do it as a lead magnet to give away, it looks unprofessional. So you can store your videos on YouTube, for example, if you wanted to. However, that doesn't always keep enough security on it for me. So if I'm giving out something that I only want these people to see it, I don't want to just put it up on YouTube and every man and his dog can see it, unless it is obviously something that I want them to see there. So for that purposes, we use a storage called Amazon S3. The sweet thing I love about Amazon S3 is you can store all of your stuff up there for free. Da, da, da. You are only charged as people download it, and it's only a couple of cents per download. So that's video, audio, your PDFs, all of your course. So we have different courses that we've run, haven't we, Sarah? With different events that we've run. All of the content is stored in Amazon S3. Now, I have it on my Dropbox as well, of course. You know, you have to have a backup of everything. But it's stored on Amazon S3, so that is for people to watch it. So as soon as they click on the link, they watch this video, they don't have all the YouTube ads, they don't have anything like that. We can also make sure there's a few other little things that we can do if it is a video in there that they can see, not see, that they can stop or not stop, and things like that. So that's what we're using. That's the process we're doing today, which Sarah is going to, of course, show you now in a minute. So I just wanted to clarify, there are other ways to do it. Gail, if you're listening, definitely opt in without a website. Yes, you can, either CRM or you do the Flintstones. But that's the thing that we have covered actually deeper in our membership. We've already covered it. There's a recording in there for it. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to a young Sarah, and she's going to show you, and make sure you hop back to yesterday's one if you're not sure about your lead magnet, and then come in here and get the opt-in sorted out. Off you go, Sarah.
Awesome. Thank you, Carmel. That was a great recap of yesterday. I'm just going to share my screen now, so let's make sure that works. Oops, not that one. Let's do this. Okay,
cool. Nice screen. The nice background.
Now, we did have an issue yesterday with our faces covering up the top right corner. So I'm moving all the boxes from Zoom down to the bottom left.
Me too. So hopefully that will be right.
So just covering off from yesterday, we talked about creating a PDF as a lead magnet using Canva. And just for the bit that was covered by my beautiful face yesterday was putting a clickable link in. So it was as simple as clicking on the design element, and then over on the top right, there's the link button with this one here. And then you can see that there's a link in there already. So that was just needed to do that again in case someone couldn't see where the link button was, which is over there. Now, great that you covered off now where we store this. The first step, of course, is that you need to download this as a PDF because this is just sitting up in Canva. And it's as simple as that top right down arrow up here and download it as a PDF. All pages download, and that's just going to save to your computer. And then, of course, you can upload that into your external storage, such as Amazon S3. So that's that for the actual PDF lead magnet. What we're going to do now is jump across to the back end of the website, and we're going to talk about how do we create an opt-in page. So this, can you see that, Carmel, now that I've changed tabs? Back end of the website? Yeah, cool. So if we use wordpress.org, WordPress website, and it's installed via your hosting. So that's a whole nother process. We're not going to get into how to actually create a website today. But essentially the back end of a WordPress website looks like this. I've gone ahead and created a page already, which is this one here. So this is what we call an opt-in page. The key meaning of this obviously is that we're able to get a name and an email address so that they can access the PDF. Now, how did I create this page? Very quickly, go to pages over on the left, just refresh that. Simple up the top, add new. And I'm just going to create a test one for the purposes of this. So let's do a test opt-in. And we publish. Now, I'm not funny about publishing pages that aren't finished because these are pages that we drive traffic to. No one's going to find this page. It would be very difficult for them to find this page unless you knew what you were searching for. So I have no issues of just creating a page, go live, forget about being in draft mode. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to find it. Now, once you've created your page, I don't build the pages using WordPress. We have purchased Thrive Suite, which is a theme which runs the front end of our website. And then it also includes a plugin called Thrive Architect, which allows you to do the creative design aspect of a page using templates that have already been nicely designed, and you can just come in and do what you want over top. And it's also pages that are already specifically designed to promote conversion, which is great because the only website that I'm really interested in is a website that is maximized for conversion, because that's what we're here for, which is getting leads. So it's as simple as add the new page, make it live, and then I click on my Thrive Architect, and it's going to load up. My internet's a little slow today, so we'll see how we go. Gives me a couple of options. And I'm going to choose this one over on the right, which is a pre-built landing page. So choose from over 200 pre-built pages. So just find the one that is suitable for an opt-in page. So let's click that. It sends us to a library of different opt-ins, different sales pages, different designs, and they're all customizable. So if you choose them, you can go in, change the colors, change the images, all that sort of thing. Now this one here, which I showed you to start with, very simple. I actually found that one down, I think it was this one. And it was actually this template. Was it that one or this one? I think it was this one. So I choose the template that I want, and then I hit apply. So what that means is that Thrive is now overriding any of the WordPress design of the page and any of the theme of the page, and it's putting this template over top of everything. So that's literally the first couple of steps of getting a more or less designed opt-in page for you. The next steps to get it looking more like what we want is to get in here and be a bit creative, put your branding in, change the colors. You actually see that I've swapped the columns around. I'll just click back, see how I have the image on the left rather on the right. but you can just get in here and be creative. I actually got rid of this top header, so I went delete on that. I just wanted it really clear and crisp. The main thing for your opt-in page is there's only one thing to do on this page, and that is to pop your name and email in. We don't want any other top level menus to go to other pages. We don't want anything too distracting. A good headline, a little bit of copy if you want it, maybe some benefit bullet points. The lead generation form, which is, if you see I've clicked on that, it's gone green. And over on the left, there's all the abilities to work with that. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, is talking about how we link the form to your CRM. And Carmel is a whiz at CRMs and it specializes in drip. And we're going to show you how we do that tomorrow. But essentially everything's editable. So, you know, we can change the image, we can change the text, we can put our own headline in here. We can change the colors. If you go over to here, there's some default colors that change everything, or you can come in here and change it to your brand colors like this. So we do the blue and the pink. It's automatically now made it look more like our brand. So it's quite fun. You can play with these templates. You can get it looking how you want. Now, that's the process of the first step of building. If we pop over to the one that I've actually built out in advance, just to save a bit of time of clicking around, we can see now that this is more or less a completed page, in my opinion. Could we play around with the copy? Yes. Could we play around with the image? Yes. There's lots of different design elements that we could change, but it's always best just to get one up, get it running, and see if people are opting in. So the best feedback is someone actually putting their name and email address in here. So let's just talk about some of the components of this opt-in page. It's pretty simple. You usually have an image on the page, and it's often of whatever they're going to be accessing. So in this case, it's literally the front page of the lead magnet. So if we go back to Canva, it's this page here. And all I did was export it as a JPEG instead of a PDF, just that one page. And then I've uploaded that, oops, not there, edit it with Thrive, and I'll show you how it sits in as an image. So if I click on this, we're now in editing mode. You can see it's simply the image that I've gone in here and I've chosen it from a media library. So I just uploaded it into our media. So it's the image usually of the product or maybe of yourself or whatever it is that identifies what it is that they're opting in for. Usually have some sort of headline or a big promise or some text up the top that stands out. In this instance, the main headline's actually already on the front page of the PDF. So I've chosen to write something that is a message that we've been using recently on some of our paid Facebook advertising, which is Carmel Murphy, the online granny, who can help you with your online marketing. So I've run with that to stay consistent with a message that is out there in the marketplace at the moment. And then, so image, a headline, and then I've actually popped in just some bullet points, a little tick list of 3 of the things that this PDF is going to help you with. So the promise already is that you're going to learn the 5 key tech components for a hands-free funnel. So I've just added on to that promise essentially. So they're going to learn 5 user-friendly software and online platforms that all connect and talk to each other without coding, and online support to help solve any problems fast. So I've just added to the perceived value of what they're going to receive in this PDF, and essentially highlighting the benefits to the person coming in to grab this lead magnet. And then of course the box, the lead generation box, we can come in here and edit what this button says. So I simply click on edit form elements, and then we could say, yes, send it to me if we wanted to try some different call to actions on the button. Let's do that. I've always tend to put a little note just underneath it. This is just to make sure it's not spammy, make sure it's more or less GDPR compatible. And it's really just saying, yes, when you click this button, you're providing me permission to email you the PDF, and to add you to my list for future communication engagement opportunities. So I just came up with that little statement. I just think it's nice to make sure it sounds like there's a real person behind this, and just to be quite open and honest as to, yeah, we are collecting information and just being above board on that. So those are the main components: image, headline, some benefit points, and the actual opt-in box. Down below, I do put in a footer menu. So I don't have any menus up the top of this page, only down the bottom. This is to appease, again, GDPR and Facebook. If we were going to drive traffic to this, it makes you look like a real business, and it's linking through to your legal pages, which is very important when it comes to collecting people's information, and looking like a proper business in the eyes of everyone out there who may care. So we do always put our bottom menu in, and I just give it a little bit of space. It's not the most important thing on the page. It's just there for to stay above board and look like a real genuine business. So that is a little overview of the page. If you guys have any questions about building out an opt-in page, make sure you write some comments below or get hold of Carmel or myself, and we can cover off anything tomorrow. I'm just thinking if there's anything else to talk about this page. Carmel, what are your thoughts? Has that been a good overview of what
it's a good overview, absolutely. And look, the headline is right. If an online granny can do it, because I'm actually doing some of this stuff, not necessarily building the pages, but I add in our members' content, I add in images to make
you
sure
run all the
right.
CRM as well, like, which is essentially the next key step of this process.
Yeah. So, you know, it's so true. If I've learned how to do it, you know, it's pretty awesome. But this is the real beginning of automation. So I did a PDF a long time ago, and it's been one of the key components that has brought more and more people onto my list. I've mentioned it in other calls. I'll mention it again, that any other list except for the one where you actually have them on your email, you're just renting space and they could be shut down anytime. So this is just another important way to make sure you're inviting them to your list, then you're adding value, and then they're more inclined to trust you and buy from you because you're going to be adding them some enormous value. So this one isn't even live yet. We're actually doing it live.
We're literally making this live. Tomorrow it will be live. We're gonna step you through it.
And you can have it if you want to. You could be one of the first people that have it. But that's what, this is a new one. And we thought, well, you know, what else could we add value to? And it's like, well, let's show somebody how we're making it while we're making it. So that's where it came from. So as Sarah said, tomorrow we're going to be showing how does this now connect to the CRM, so client relationship management system, for if you anything like me a few years ago and had no idea what that was. Yes, you do need that as well. So again, I'll go back to, you can do Flintstones if you want. Please don't stop yourself from growing or start getting people on the list just because you haven't got a website yet. You don't have to get it all perfect. You can start wherever you're at, but this will be where you need to go eventually to really automate it. I mean, we've got webinars and everything that are automated. We just send a link and then emails go out and everything. It's just fantastic. So tomorrow we're going to show you what way that needs to talk to a CRM. And when it's triggered in the CRM, it gets what they call a tag, which we'll show you tomorrow. And then the tag will say, well, what do I do with this person now? And the next step will be, we'll show you a workflow that says, well, that person's come in with that tag. We're going to send them this stuff. And how it all connects so beautifully together that all you need to do is send out that warm link. I love it. I think the first PDF I did, I think there's 6 or 8 emails in a campaign. So once that goes out, the person signs up, then they get a, hey, a little bit more value. Hey, a little bit more value. Hey, a little bit more value. And I've added value to them and gave them even more information about that as well. So again, building up that trust, giving. Give away your best content sometimes is the best way to go to actually get people to trust you even more. So if you are watching this and you want to make sure that you see tomorrow, write in the comments, tag me. so that we'll tag you. Even if you don't get to watch it live with us, then you get to watch it afterwards. So make sure that you write in the comments below, tag me. I'll be putting this up on YouTube as well. See, this kind of thing I will store on YouTube. We're giving away this information for free already. That's fine. So to put it on YouTube, possibility that we may be found talking about in this YouTube is fine. But if it's private content for my members, it goes on the Amazon S3. So there is a big difference as to what you keep where. So I think that was it from us. Is that right, Sarah?
Yes, I think so. Remember, ask questions and make sure that you ask us to tag you in the next one, because we're doing that deep dive into the CRM, which is the actual final piece of the automation to put this all together.
Yeah, cool. And when you get that, remember, you can take these videos, and they're on YouTube and everything as well, and slow them down. If, we know we talk a bit fast sometimes, but you can slow them down and watch the step-by-step of how to do it and go, oh, right, I press this, I press that. If there's any questions you have, put them underneath and we will promise to get back to them for you.
Awesome.
All right. For now, guys, it's bye from me.